It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC South. It's the BUCS and the Falcons on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, wild first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you say, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of has its own vibe, right? It's September. You're just starting to figure out how good you are. You don't even know how good your own team is, let alone the rest of the league. But once the calendar page turns to October, things start to become a little bit more clear. We know
the punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here on a Thursday night. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers led out by their quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He was in Cleveland and Carolina, and then with the Rams, but now year two, and it feels like he's found a home. Greg here with the Buccaneers.
they find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games, and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has...
right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive stand when the pocket breaks down. Move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
They send Godwin in motion. On second down, Baker. The throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Not the sharpest of starts on offense here an early 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. And it's 4th down, so here comes Riley Dixon to punt. Ray McLeod deep to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think 2 things were at play. Number one, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away. They made him go to his 2nd, 3rd check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws, so they know they cannot afford another pedestrian performance out of him this week. If he can play to the standard we've seen in weeks past, they could have having
a gain there of 24 yards. 1st down, Atlanta.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
London brought in motion. Now the 2nd-year man out of Texas, Bijan Robinson. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
He's going to keep it himself.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately, he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
4th down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. This one from 54 yards out. And that is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a scoreless game.
Man, that's just tough on an offense, Mike. I mean, you work so hard to get in position to take the lead, and it just doesn't work out.
The Bucs offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They send Godwin in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Now, screen set up for Irving. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. They get the center, Graham Barton. One of the tight ends in motion right. From the gun, it's Mayfield. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. With the rookie from Oregon, it's Bucky Irving. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Now Mayfield. He will find his man. That's the rookie from Ohio State. 18 yards on the pickup there. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay. Baker gonna give it to Irving. Not a lot on that one. He'll take it down to the 36. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second down and 8. They send Godwin in motion. Second down throw for Mayfield. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Defensively on 3rd down, Mike, that's the money down. You have to find a way to get off the field. Most offenses are going to be more pass-heavy, looking to throw the ball downfield to convert. How can you dial up the pressure just a little bit, force an errant throw, and in this case, come away forcing the turnover?
The Falcons offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. That one is caught by Mooney. And he'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
Nice grab there by Mooney, and plays like this are really the main reason why the Falcons made it a point to sign him this offseason. I mean, his talent has always been undeniable. He just has to find a way to stay on the field and prove it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So on fourth down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Irving. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Right back to Irving. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Now a 3rd and 2. He'll go again here with Irving. And that is going to be good enough. He's got that 1st down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Room to maneuver at the 35, and he's going to be taken down. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run with the 3rd-year man. It's Rachaad White. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Here comes Otten in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Here comes Otten in motion. A give. This is Irving. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They send Evans in motion. Mayfield. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop them. That will be no gain on the screen. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Here comes 3rd and 6. Here's Mayfield working from the pistol. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Did they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive? or do they settle for 3?
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. We'll go play action now with Penix. Open man's got it. That's Chart. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. Fighting for the marker, he loses the football. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, how often do you see it? The desperation to get the extra couple of yards for the back turns into the devastation of turning it over, and the defense scores a touchdown.
Yeah, the coach calls your number. You're trying to come through for your team. You understand the importance of converting this 1st down and getting a fresh set of downs for your team to continue this drive. But in the process of that fight, as you said, he sees that 1st down marker. He's coming up short. As a result, that fight leads him to put the ball on the ground. They scoop and score, and they return it all the way for a touchdown.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the carry, this is Tyler Algier. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll throw. It's Penix. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
The Buccaneers offense ready for this next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Irvin. Not much there. Maybe a yard. On the ground, it's Irvin. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Now Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. It's Riley Dixon coming on now as he'll punt it away for the second time. McLeod to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. Coming free is Chark. He's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's 2nd and 2. The man in motion here is Chark. On 2nd down, it's a run with Robinson. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the 1st down. A tight end in motion now. On the give, it's Robinson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the pistol, Algier. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They're going to go play action with Penix. And he's going to somehow manage to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. It'll be 3rd down. On play action, Penix. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Trey Palmer, and he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bucs offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll run with Irving. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. On 2nd down, Baker. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Now a time, Atlanta. That's their first. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Irving. That is not going to work at all. He'll manage to only get back to the line of scrimmage. Very short of the 1st down. 4th down coming up. Here's their punter now. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. He's to the 45. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. To throw is Penix. Taking off, and he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. The Buccaneers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Here's Mayfield. Now, screen set up for Irving.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
He'll try to hit him with a screen. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Here's 3rd and 2. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday Nighter to start the new NFL week. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some great games on the docket for this first weekend in the next few days here in October. One being at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. The early start between the Jets and the Vikings. Good games in the late afternoon as well. One being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, just one game this week. The Saints and Chiefs at Arrowhead, set to kick off at 7:15 Central Time. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Ray McLeod on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On second down, Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. From the gun, it's Penix. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. 18 yards on the connection. It's good for a Falcon first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And he'll get forward for about a yard. Levante David doing his work on defense. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, here is Penix. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. Nice job there by the defender. He's able to break up the pass, but I think if he's able to get there just a little bit sooner, now you can get 2 hands on the ball and give yourself a chance to come down with an even bigger play and come away with the pick.
What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a first down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is first down and goal. Here's Penix. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. We'll go again from the 3. It is second and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown Falcons. that his first touchdown this year. Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons will tie things up. It's now 10-10. All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Buccaneers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. The throw on the run is complete.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Godwin working the right side. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Receiver in motion, going right. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He'll find his running back, White. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Mayfield to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
That's caught. It's Evans. And he's going to have the Buccaneers 1st down. They needed 3. They got 6. Enough for the 4th down conversion. They send a receiver in motion left. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Get this complete right side to Otten. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. On 2nd down, a run with Irving. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Pitts is the man in motion. On third down, Penix. That one is caught by Mooney. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Atlanta.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
Give to Robinson from the pistol. And he gets this up close to the 40. Anthony Walker there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Third down, 3 to go. From the gun on third down, here's Penix. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll go play action now with Penix. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Penix. And that is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This returnable with Palmer. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Right back to Irving. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They send Godwin in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it's going to be 4th down. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punch it away, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Robinson. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Penix. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
That is fielded at the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Irving. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Here comes Otten in motion. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Godwin. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conserved. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
On 2nd down, Baker. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Here's Mayfield. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. And he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. The man in motion here is Chark. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. The Falcons send their punting unit out. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bucs offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Irving. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
And you see the nice pickup here by Bucky Irving, and it's kind of one of those guys, Mike, that we use that phrase, he's quicker than he is fast. You know, you line him up in the 40-yard dash, and maybe he doesn't jump off the page at you, but he makes people miss in the hole. He's got great vision, great instincts with the ball. A lot of that you can't coach, and I'll tell you, they are really high on him in this Tampa Bay Bucs organization.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Mayfield. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, Mayfield. He'll go right and find his running back.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Slot man in motion right. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Mayfield. This one caught left side by Evans. They face 2nd down and 7. They send Godwin in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. This one is hooking, and he missed it. No good, wide to the left. And this lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The Falcons offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Throwing now, Penix on 1st down. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front, and they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's Robinson. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Penix. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Falcons getting their punter out there. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. He'll go again here with Irving. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. Now a 3rd and 2. On the handoff, it's Irving. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. On 4th down, out comes the punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's caught left side by Pitts. It is 2nd and a yard. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll get this to Pitts once more. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Penix going to throw again. He's got his man. It's Mooney.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Open man is Mooney. He's got it. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Again, it's Penix. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down. Here's Penix. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
So I still think there's plenty of time if they can get within shot of the end zone that they can go for a touchdown and try to win this thing in regulation. You always have a field goal try in your back pocket to at least tie the game and force overtime.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll run with Robinson.
Big time stop there, Mike, on third down. Now it sets up a fourth down decision for this head coach. Do I want to be aggressive and extend this drive, or am I content just sending out my field goal unit and trying to make this all square? I think at this stage in the second half, tie the game up. Hopefully my defense can get me the ball back and find a way to win here in the second half.
So a win here for the visiting Bucs. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Atlanta.